You're watching PBS.
The Classroom, America's Last Frontier. A true battle royale. The Hunger Games? For your mind. It is in these drab, dimly lit rooms that students fight for survival and that elusive A. As with any competitive ecosystem, individuals eventually occupy specific niches, different roles in the system that only they can occupy. Professor Marek Demiansky has been studying students and their roles for decades as a part of SEEP, the Student Ecosystem Exploration Program.
Well, after my experience in the class observing students for many, many years, I concluded that they can be classified into different types. The most popular is a cliché type student. The cliché type student is using buzzwords, catchphrases, and general statements.
Yeah, I was really struck by how poignant that was. After all, it's more about the socioeconomic post-industrial journey of the bourgeoisie, more than the theoretical, multifaceted destination.
Dude, this is calculus.
And where there are cliches, there are always piggybackers. Officially called sus scrofa domesticus spinal vertebrate columnar, the term piggybacker was actually created in 1997 due to their parasitic nature.
X equals 2?
Yeah, they kind of go off at x equals 2.
With cliches and piggybacker, the most populous, there are also other students. Back in the ecosystem, one can call them silent but deadly. These students speak up only on rare occasions, but when they do, they are brilliant and very inspiring, truly inspirational. We actually don't know what are the reasons of their activity. They could be connected to some astronomical effects like full moon, tidal, or maybe something else.
Well, since x is equal to 2, we know there's a bridge between the fundamental theorem of calculus and axiomatic geometry. You're welcome.
I am the way you get respect up on the street under the sun.
Similar to silent but deadly students, there is another class, questioner, and their activity is limited to a very specific time frame. They start to be very active at the very last moment of the class, typically something like 16.2 seconds before the end, and asking questions about material much more advanced than what was presented in the class, or about material will be presented in the future.
Nobody leave!
One of the most interesting types to observe are the lost students. What I mean by lost student is literally they do not know where they are at any given time. You will find these students eating or sleeping at random times, at random places, everywhere. Serial texters are quite easy to observe in their natural habitat due to their distinctive behavior. The most recently discovered species is the phantom, discovered just last year by SEEP. It took us so long to find them simply because they entered the ecosystem very late in development, only showing up at the final exam. Where they are the rest of the time, we have no idea. There is the first footage ever obtained of a phantom.
So far, SEEP has discovered 7 different roles in the classroom ecosystem. If they will discover more, only time will tell. But they have already given us insight into the brutal, competitive environment that is higher education.